Okay. Wir fragen später nach den Rumors. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight video director. So sieht er aus. Mit Hentai und so. But something in his works caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows this name Salmonella. Salmonellen vor allen Dingen. I hear he's pretty much at the back and call though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high, and all that. I can imagine him being at her neck, beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. And Miss Powers? I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. So, yeah. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. I just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Hauptsache Mayas Augen bleiben immer so als letztes noch übrig, wenn sie rausfadet. Das ist ein bisschen gruselig. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. So viele Sachen, die 5 Jahre her sind. Obwohl, nee, das war ja keine 5 Jahre her. Das ist länger her. Das andere wird dann auch länger her sein. Oder wie war das? Ist egal. Spoilers und so. Ja. Gut, das hat mir jetzt nicht großartig geholfen, aber danke fürs Halbwissen. Oh nein. Leise. Ich jage old bags. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think the guard's down. I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive! Ach, schön. Same questions to you, Miss Oldback. What can you tell us? Something new? I was wondering about D. Vasquez, the producer. The studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Ja, tut das schon. Can I ask about Salmonella, the director? Sal? He's soft, a pushover, does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Ja. Ja, also als Hocker benutzt sie ihn bestimmt auch. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? Schon mal was von BDSM gehört, Maya? Obwohl nicht so. Ich glaube nicht, dass er irgendwas Positives dabei rauskriegt. Also... That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. Gar nicht. About Mr. Hammer. Grr! I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
Listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor hammer would never do such a thing. Why would you even steal Power's costume so you could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
Ganz ruhig. Old Bag, Ihr Blutdruck. Tja. Wer weiß, wer weiß. Ist auch noch was Neues? I guess they're not filming today either. I didn't want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come then. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. No touching. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you.
Didn't mean? I almost had a heart attack.
I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Alle halten sich für einen großen Schauspieler gerade. Dramatic indeed. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. You're on my side, then. So? So, you're looking for traces of sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, it'll change color. Sweet.
Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for?
Now, everything is in due time, pal.
No, do it.
So? Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So, there were sleeping pills on the plate. Looks like it. Thank you. And about the investigation. How goes your investigation? Tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Mr. Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. Ja, natürlich. Ist okay. Ich mag dich trotzdem. How is Edgeworth doing anyway? Edgeworth was out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. It's over 9,000! Whoa! Talk about burns, pal. You just got burned. You need some cool water for that burn, Edgy. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yep, crushing paper cups. Impressive. Cups. Bottles? Hey, whatever happened to that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So, that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Check. Phoenix lag richtig. Gut, dankeschön für die Auskunft, Detective Gumshoe. Bin ich hier fertig? Nächster Raum.
Oh, hello.
Ah. What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room.
I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so...
What? Why? But WP's innocent.
Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But... this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai.
What? No! The Steel Samurai is ending. The world is ending. My voice is ending.
Episode 13, is it? Sorry. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer?
Yes?
On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh?
I thought he went to Studio 1.
He stole the Steel Samurai costume too.
What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah. Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was too. The film set? Was that the trailer part of the film set then?
Oh, what do you mean, the last Steel Samurai?
I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant.
No. No.
Also, I hear the Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore.
What?
I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Studio policy. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand?
How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai?
It's okay, I'm sure their kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. The Doctor.
No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. Path to Glory. And this is a fan collection of all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just for so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago, though? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything for Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know, who knows more about this? Miss Oldback. She was here at the studios back then, you know? Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Spannend. Und sie ist trotzdem noch ein...
What are you still slanking about?
Ein großer, großer Fan.
If you like the place so much, why don't you just take over for me?
It looks so good.
Everybody's doing their darnest to forget Hammer. What do you think they made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer! Hammer time.
She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? So, what happened 5 years ago? I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago.
Who told? Who did you hear that from? Nichols!
Nichols?
Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. That assistant we talked to.
Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about this accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and then recently departed, no less.
Hi, Midnight Pearl. Ooh, house step. And the or no less.
I suppose you think this is fun? No.
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldback, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume with a sleeping pill found on the table in the employee area. Bears Jack Hammer's fingerprints. Here's my proof.
What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove?
It's a bottle of sleeping pills. With Mr. Hammer schon lustig zuzuhören. Dankeschön, Marv. Ach, hallo, du bist auch da. Hallo. With Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it.
What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers?
Last off. The steak plate found in the employee area. On it are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes, so?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. Es klingt so, als würdest du in seiner Tasche rumtragen. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
I see. Übrigens. Hallo, Marv. Hm? See?
Back to business.
Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul.
Miss Oldback?
Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldback.
You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand. Old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldback.
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Oldback.
Here, take this.
A photograph? Wait a second? Ah, da war was.
This is the picture.
Is this the trailer in Studio 2?
Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell into the flower box fence.
Uh-huh. Bisschen spiky. But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand. Pink, die Bilder, Facebook-Seite mit dem Schaf, oder was ist das? Lama? Gibt ja auch so eine Firma, die fotografiert dann Stofftier überall auf der Welt. Für Geld erinnere mich stark daran.
Das ist ein Alpaka. Ein Alpakasso. Das sind Alpakas. Keine Lamas.
Guck in den Alpaka-Squad. Das stehen wir auf.
Wir sind keine Schafe, wir sind keine Lamas. Wir sind Alpakas.
Ja, und ja. Es ist ein bisschen so wie Traveling Lemon oder Stofftiere überall auf der Welt. Nur, dass Maron mit mir mitkommt und sie halt nicht alleine auf Reisen geht. Das wäre nie. Nee. Er braucht schon Bilder von sich selbst vor irgendwelchen Landmarks, wenn man einen Alpaka hat, was immer gut aussieht. So. Wir haben etwas Interessantes erfahren und wir haben Decisive Evidence und so. Das Bild. Und da ist Vasquez, oder? Ich hoffe nicht, weil das bedeutet, dass sie seit 5 Jahren die gleichen Klamotten trägt. Aber es sieht ein bisschen so nach ihr aus. Ihr seht es gar nicht. Stimmt ja. Ich beschreibe euch das Bild. Nein. Okay. Was auch immer ein Alpaka ist. Was gibt's das? Ja, Alpakas gibt es wirklich. Das sind quasi Kamele. Flauschige Kamele. Also zumindest gehören sie zur Familie der Kamele. Und halt flauschig. Und in echt nicht so süß wie als Kuscheltier. Eine Kamelart, korrekt. Okay, wo gehen wir jetzt hin? Was machen wir mit dem Foto? Wen bequatschen wir damit? Vasquez? Ist sie da? Niemals. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer? What language is that you're speaking? German, yeah. We're a bit bilingual here today, because the game is in English, but most of my community is German. So we just switch languages. Well, it's not really very important what we talk about. It's fun for us, but well. Yeah. There's nothing more to see here. Okay, Studio 2. Ah, Vasquez. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Silence. Hello? Hello? H-E-L-L-O. Maya, you should at least try to be polite. She's just ignoring me. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she has to say, apparently. Once again. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Oh dear. Oh, bother. Oh. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it? Nick, she did it! She's the killer! So. Well. Oh, Maya. My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh, sorry, I speak English. That's okay. Midnight Blue. We understand English too. Otherwise, we wouldn't be playing this game. So, go ahead, speak English. Feel free. And I'm very happy and glad that you're here. By the way, if you're enjoying this, which I hope you are. Oh dear. Oh, Phoenix. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Oh bother. But there's no one in the trailer, is there? Da ist keiner mehr drin. Oh! What? Well? Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Oh yeah. Nothing changed here though. I can still not look into this thing. Can I? Nope. Nothing that could be a clue, just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Right. You have something different to say? Of course I am. Yeah. Nope. Oh, there's similar thing about chopping off the heads. Oh my god! Yeah, we had this one before. Mr. Hammer was a very calm, just thinking, you know. Samurai, what's next? Ninja ballet? Yep, we had this. Okay, nothing new here. Right. Can we go back? Employee area. Detective Gumshoe must have left by now. He's probably thinking about what to do in tomorrow's trial. I bet Edgeworth is pretty angry with him. We just want to find out the truth. We just want to find out the truth, don't we? So, well... Sorry, Edgeworth. The assistant must have gone off somewhere. That stuff about Mr. Hammer must have come as a shock to her. No one's here there. Then. Okay. Nope. Didn't want to go here. Okay. Weiß Hammer eigentlich Power ist eigentlich davon? Oder können wir es mal zeigen oder so? About this? Poor old Hammer. He was a big star. The biggest. That accident 5 years ago is what did it to him. He wanted to hide it. He didn't want anyone to know. Poor silly old Hammer. If he had just come out and confessed, then Vasquez wouldn't have gotten her claws into him. Or maybe I'll have to show her that picture. Noch einmal zu Vasquez. Vasquez. Outside, Studio 1. Studio 2. Present le picture. 5-year-old photo. How about this one? She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old the back. Old... She means the security lady, Miss Oldback, Nick. Oh, right. Anyway. Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more. Inside the trailer. Nick! She went inside the trailer! Sie will uns einschließen. You came. Of course. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. Nah. So I am a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammers down from his rightful place as a star. Oh, I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause! You pressured him! And to think it was just an accident! Excuse me! What is this all about? You keep saying accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? Murder? No. No way! You mean Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose? Ah, that's what I mean. Where is your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Who he have let me run? Who he have let me run his life for 5 years? Over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. Oh, she wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises too. I explained everything. Right? Und so hat sie das mitbekommen. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. You could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. Phoenix, der immer sein wichtiges Beweismaterial genau an den Mörder liefern muss. Guck mal, was ich habe. Yoink! Do you like anime? Yes, I do. Well, I did. Depends. I've watched a few shows, but nowadays I don't watch anime that much anymore. Yeah. I like One Piece and Fullmetal Alchemist and Yu-Gi-Oh! For that, but you know, not so many new animes. I watched 3 last year, but yeah, that's about the newest I've seen. So, give it to me now. Good idea. Good idea. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Sexy. Mafia. Oh, Nick, you're in trouble again. Have you ever watched Italia? Yes, I watched Italia. I even cosplayed Italia. Wir gucken arg wie, Liebes. Not sure. Welcome nearly here. Hello, gentlemen. Who are they? Professionals. I see. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased from existence? No, thank you. What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure they have plenty of time to think about where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right there! I heard everything, pal! D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Gumshoe? Alleine? Gegen die? Good job. Huh. Not bad. Not good though. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then. In court. I'll be looking forward to it. Close one. Thank you. Hey, you Cal pal. Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Gumshoe. Such a cutie. I love him. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. No. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. To be continued. Yeah! Almost done. Okay, we can do it. Which character did you do? I cosplayed Matthew Williams, Canada. Canada da yo. And, well, Italy for one day. District Court. Courtroom number 4. Mal einen Schluck trinken. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Now today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From the testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Here goes nothing. Will the witness state her name and occupation? No. D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
I know she did it! Make her pay!
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. At 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hey pal. Hey pal. Thank you for just rescuing us. Welcome to our stream. Glad to have you here. Get gumshoe. At 2:30 we took a 2:15 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
I entered the trailer a little before noon. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in at the employee area? No. Good. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4, with a recess. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness will not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk, it hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And then, when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, how did you... All you did state was the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means that I just said I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And what were you doing doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Right. Oops. Sure. Yeah. Oh. Can you do this with with your hands flapping around? Yes. No. It was a 15-minute break. Son and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, find anything?
I kind of wish she said little bit more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. I'm sure you'll find something kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere.
Thank you. We know what to press or to. I used to spend the drive fast to D1 after the meeting of the trip. Finally. Schwierig. Wie kann ich denn beweisen, dass sie das Ding nicht gegessen hat? Steakplate? Echt? Warum? Okay. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee room. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at the table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. Oh, habe ich mir gar nicht angeguckt. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too, you ate a boneless steak, you didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat it. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like an incinerator. Oh! I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the steel samurai, picking on salmonella, meeting the steel samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the spear samurai. Samurai spear, so. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Seh nicht. You couldn't, could you? You couldn't, could you? Nope. Yep, right. Okay. Weg damit. Weg damit. Weg damit. Weg damit. Er hat ihn aufgespießt im Dingens. Im Fence. You think you could have... I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing in this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. The 5-year-old photo? Because, hey, look at that. Hey, wrong, Mr. Wright. What? I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too with my fey blood. Excuse you? Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. Sorry. Shame on me. Eigentlich ist es richtig, aber noch nicht. Noch nicht. Hm? Hä? Okay. Ich möchte den Samurai Spear auswählen, weil a break in the shaft has been mended with a duct tape. Ach so, weil es eh nicht stabil genug war. Ah. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was? How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Yes, I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? Yes, I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see. This were the murder weapon then. Diesmal aber, oder? Diesmal. Ja, dankeschön. Jetzt ist richtig. So, jetzt dürfen wir auch. Okay. Look at this photo. Oh, what is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. The word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. War das eine Komplettlösung? Psst. Das ist meine, ist das richtig, was ich hier tue? Ja. Liste. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Shame on you. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the studio trailer. Then, she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less? Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She couldn't deal with it? Deal with it. I bet she could move it. She had another way? Another way. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance. Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. With a van. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Cell take me. There was a van there, right? I had Cell drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, right? Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Probably. Of course Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body has to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. All into the incinerator. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? Oh, good. So, what happens next? Don't me. Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Why? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. What? So you mean... D. Vasquez, so it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. Who can say? Ah. Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts. Of course, it's as the witness says. Komm schon, Edgeworth, gib dir einen Ruck. Na, kein Scheiß. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? You did it, Vasquez. Testify again, Vasquez. No further questions, Vasquez. Testify again. Ah. I'd like you to testify again. testify again? And know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn! Damn! To come so far only to fail! As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Thank you. Ah, Edgeworth. My heart goes to you. Out to you. This time, really. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting honor. I didn't. Edgeworth, you're useless! I didn't. I see very well. Oh, your honors! Edgeworth! Why? So good. I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear a testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see what we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Huh. Thank you, Edgeworth. Nick! Why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But... wasn't he the one who said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? After he put me on the chair, basically. Edgeworth. Once more onto the breaches. After finding the body. I was with Sel and Oldbeck when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbeck was quite educated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Okay, Nick. We're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Let's do it. Press everything. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I was stuffing anybody's into the costumes, mind you. Ah. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well? Then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing anybody's into any costumes? You should try listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy? The witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was here too. Only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. But did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough to be when I accused you of murder. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? We discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Ouch, poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived at the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Silent. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Is that the hint? Ist das der Punkt, wo ich sagen muss, hier, da, übrigens, oder? Oldback, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seemed to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything I can use. She has to be left out for the proceedings. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot of writing on it, with all those big wigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trail to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who would think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. I love delicious Cosplay. Ich dachte, das wäre Deutsch. Naja, der Stream ist theoretisch auf Deutsch, aber das Spiel ist auf Englisch, tut mir leid. Aber es ist eine großartige Art und Weise, Englisch zu lernen. Das habe ich damals auch gemacht. Ich hatte echt Probleme mit dem Spiel. Tut mir leid. Es ist trotzdem gut, auch auf Englisch. Und schönen guten Abend. Oh yeah, I guess. Ah, okay, hello. Oh, very well, Miss Vasquez. Please continue. Your Honor. Yeah? I have an objection to the witness' last statement. Edgeworth? Huh? Nice to meet you, Miss Chiara. Nice to meet you. I love delicious cosplay. Wie kann ich das besser formulieren? How do you do? Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Oder! Oder! Du bist die Einzige, die gerade was Interessantes streamt. Im Vergleich zu Shooter und Mario. Dankeschön, das freut mich. So um diese Uhrzeit und dann jetzt inzwischen Mittwoch. Ja, kann ich verstehen. Dolly erreicht, okay. Gut, dann Dolly, freut mich, dass du da bist. Freut mich, dass es dir gefällt. Dass du lieber das hier guckst als Mario oder Shooter. Oder Lufia 2. Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. Ich hab kein Leben. Wer hat das schon? Ist okay. Ich hab einen Alpaka hier. Willkommen bei den Badgers. Is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Nicht? Das ist voll gegen dem, was Edgeworth normalerweise tut. Nee, Spaß, ich kann nicht pennen. Ich freue mich, wenn jemand so Nettes noch streamt. Ah, das ist... Also, schade, dass du nicht schlafen kannst. Und danke für die netten Worte. Oh, are you thinking of a career change to defense? Ja! Noch nicht, aber das dauert noch. Ach ja, der erste Schritt, wo Edgeworth nicht mehr so ein Arsch ist. Oh, danke. Oh, Zeit. Nun. I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez. Du wirst ja schnell rot. Süß. Do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me! It's gonna be a dream! Wach auf, Nick. Wach auf. So, the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. How did you know about the injury? Auf you too, Miss. Double better. DBB. Das habe ich auch nicht gehört, das ist interessant. DBB. DWB. I chose my heart with you. My heart? Ich weiß, was du meinst. Ist okay. Tada! Dankeschön! Dankeschön! Follow. Dann kriegst du noch ein Küsschen von Maron. So, ich war bei dir.
Dankeschön. Willkommen. Da ist die Kamera. Hi. Dankeschön. Dankeschön.
Awkward? Nein, gar nicht. Gar nicht. Nein. Setz dich hin, nimm den Keks. Genieß die Show. Wir machen sie jetzt platt. How did I know? Sal. Hey. Sorry. Oh Gott, tut mir leid. Das Mikro steht hier so. He told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something to practice on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Okay. Oh, weil, ja, das haben wir alles schon. I was absent, immediately called the police, the security did it, asked after the proceedings, I went back to the trailer to get my script and director notes. Wir haben das Zeugs geholt, aber naja. Sie ging dahin ohne... Warum ist sie da überhaupt zum... Oh nee, das war schon. I was injured, I couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Da muss irgendwas dabei sein. So, left them behind. Aber ich habe sie auch nicht in meinem Ding ins nicht. Ne. House by Spear, nicht ganz. Dragging a leg. Guide map. A spear. Jetzt bin ich schnell mit Duct Tape. Block to the path. Hat er das mitbekommen? Der ist am Morgen gestürzt, nicht wahr? Dragon one leg, 2 Uhr. Ja, ne? Mist. Yeah, 4 PM, ja. Block the path, continue up 1. To the camera, Komaru always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it. Nee. Shows an accident involving jackhammer. Sleeping pills. Stick plate. Van used to drive from the studio meeting. Da muss doch was sein! Ich hab's doch gerade gepresst, oder? Ja, da hat sie gesagt, Sarah hat mir das erzählt. Was war da denn? Salvis weiß das, ja, der war dabei. muss nochmal nachgucken. Ich möchte anmerken, dass ich das ganze Spiel schon mal durchgespielt habe. Es ist inzwischen 5 Jahre her. Über 5 Jahre. Meine Güte. Achso, ich kann... Hä? It's not... 6A... Foto? Doch, das Foto? Okay. Okay. Herzlich willkommen im Stream von DWB.
Okaeri nasai. D13 está
DBB. Schön. Ich würde echt gerne auf Japanisch streamen, wenn ich das könnte, aber das dauert noch ewig. Ich kann japanische Sachen vorlesen, irgendwie, aber naja. Gut, gut. Das Bild. Le Foto. 21 lag. That's right. Okay, Present. Kann ich. Cool. Aha, dankeschön. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. Oh! Ja? Wenn du magst, kann ich es dir beibringen. Ich glaube, so viel kannst du mir nicht beibringen. Ist ein bisschen schwierig. Ich studiere es gerade, aber dauert, ne? So ein paar Sachen, ja. Wenn du mir so ein paar praktische Sätze beibringen willst, gerne. Ich glaube, so um das fließend zu sprechen im Stream, das dauert länger. Dankeschön. So, und jetzt zurück in die Action. The Steel Samurai was injured. Ja. It was Will Powers. Ah. What? Hä? Aber was... Hä? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Stand still, sorry. No, okay, ist okay. Red weiter. Ich lese es ja. Ich lese es. Yes, Mr. Hammer... yes. Mr. Hammer is striking his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? Was hat sie gerade gesagt? Dass Hammer den Unfall hatte? Oder was? Hab ich gerade nicht hab ich gerade nicht aufgepasst? Oh. Ja. Ist schon spät. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Ich hab die gerade durcheinander gebracht. Okay. Ja. Ich habe das, obviously, das Obvious überhaupt überlesen, weil ich andauernd sie vertausche. Ja. Du studierst also, so, darf man fragen, was solch eine junge Frau studieren will? Nun, das, wofür sie zugelassen wird, beziehungsweise wie sie dazu kommt. Ist sehr interessant, eine Gleichgesinnte zu finden. Naja, ich habe in der Oberstufe Japanisch angefangen, weil es mich halt interessiert hat durch Anime und Manga-Zeugs und Cosplay und so weiter. Und dann habe ich erstmal ein bisschen den Faden verloren. Und dann kam ich in die Uni und konnte quasi wieder, hatte die Chance, noch mehr Japanisch zu lernen. So, ja, ich bewerbe mich mal da und da und dann dafür. Und dann habe ich für Japanisch eine Zulassung gekriegt. Und jetzt bin ich da wieder. Nicht so gut, wie ich sein sollte, aber wow. Langsam. Otaku! Ein bisschen. Früher mehr, aber jetzt. Let's be friends. Chaka! Oh Gott, ich habe die Fangfaust gemacht. Nein. Paka! Nicht Chaka, Paka! So, Mr. Hammer. Genau. Entschuldigung. Ja. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it that it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong, so wie ich gerade. Baka, ey.
Baka.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez, you heard me wrong. You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when was he doing this? Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. Darf ich sagen, ich mag dich jetzt schon und komm gerne wieder, du bist eine verrückte Nudel. Dankeschön, es freut mich, komm gerne wieder. Ich hoffe, dir gefällt das meiste hier, was wir hier streamen. Ansonsten dienstags vielleicht bei Ace Attorney, ansonsten Sims eventuell und Adventures. Wenn du keinen Bock drauf hast, dann ist das auch okay. Konnichiwa, Allogato. Ich alles, was ich kenne. Dezentes Weinen über diese Schreibweise. Konnichiwa, arigato. Alligator. Ja, okay, ja, fast. Konbanwa, sagen. Also, mal wieder Genki des. So, and Mr. Hammer was in that suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Alligator ist eine Band. Order! Order! I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. I love Oda. Oda. Sieht man? Da. Very well. I have a question for you. Ja, ich weiß, wie du dich fühlst. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Ja. Solltest unbedingt Voice Actor werden, Chiara. Ich glaube, dafür brauche ich eine Schauspielausbildung. Ja. Ich würde es schon echt gern tun. Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Ach ja, motive. Das war ja was. Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Nicht wirklich. Oder gute Connections. Oder, ja, oder man muss in der Nähe von einem Synchronstudio wohnen. Du kannst dich bei Kase etc. bewerben und dort ansteigen. Was echt cool wäre. Wo hat Kase ihren Sitz? München? Stuttgart? Berlin? Nicht in NRW, oder? It had nothing to gain from this. There's nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is... Oh. If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Berlin-München, natürlich. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can prove it. Ja. Mir fällt schon was ein. Okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. Do you? I present it to the court. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. Das Foto von vor 5 Jahren? Anderes kann ich mir jetzt nicht vorstellen, was es sein könnte. Aber kurz nachlugen. Naja, ist okay, war richtig. Alles gut. Das ist die Kiste, ja. Nimm das. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? Yes, you're right. Mr. Right. 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighted him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. Edgy the fanboy. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Self-defense. Yes, that's right. According to what you say. I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Reveal evidence. She had no motive. She had no motive. She didn't. Sie hat sich gewehrt, weil er sie angreifen wollte, oder? Ja. Dann hat sie ihn geschubst und er ist im Zaun gelandet. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs, in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So, you did it. You did do it, didn't you? Dibiri-san, don't talk with yourself. We must increase your medication. Huh? Nani? Huh? didn't you? Oh, so content. Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone called an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Miss Vasquez. What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. It's fuzzy. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No! How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez! No! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Edgeworth. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Yay! That is all. The court is adjourned. Just record defendant lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I don't know. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Nein, was grad glücklich fürs erste Mal. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Evidence? Oh, well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... you were the hero, and he wasn't it? Yeah. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. Me too. So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP!
Oh. Thank you. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Ooh. Is something wrong? No! Oh, of course not! Nick! Edgeworth! Los Fanboy! Say something, right? Hello? I'm not good at small talk. Immer sympathischer. Oh, Edgeworth. Ja. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. Nine. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. No homo, please, no homo. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! No, really! Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix, right? Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's all I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright. Is this guy your friend?
What? Friends? Pfft, as if! They're rivals! Rivals, right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? What? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
Later. And so the curtain closes on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios retaught its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. The Pink Princess.
Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're going to watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and the assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'd show his face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real willpowers.
The end! Yes, thank you. Dann...
Oh, dauert nur... zu viele Stunden gedauert. 6? Jetzt kann ich den Chat lesen, endlich. By the way, du warst nicht in manchen Silben und lispelst nicht weiß. Vor allem, wenn ich Englisch spreche. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich mir das angewöhnt habe. Außerdem ist es spät und mein Kiefer tut dezent weh. Aber ich habe mir das Lispeln echt angewöhnt, das ist komisch. Aber nur im Englischen. Ist dir aufgefallen, dass du deinen Kiefer nach rechts immer ziehst?
Egal.
Das ist mir klar. Ich habe auch so ein... Ah. Ist so. Keine Ahnung. Vielleicht sollte ich mehr darauf achten, allerdings, aber... Oh, zu viel.
Darf ich dich was fragen? Klar. Schieß los.
Ja, Rise from the Ashes. Oh Gott, wir sind fast bei Episode 5. Chaka. Das ging schnell. Ich geh mal eben, warte. Hepp. Voll super. Oh, mein Ohr tut weh. Dezent, so ganz leicht. Ohr. Ich will fett mit dir den Tag verbringen. Ich mag deine Art voll... Was? Stream 14 Stunden, please. Nach 6 bin ich tot. Ich weiß es. Was soll ich das denn machen? Oh Gott. 24 Uhr. Ich komme ja nicht mehr auf 10. Mach mal langsam hier. 8 ist das nächste, was ich schaffen könnte. Erstmal. Und dann kommt es auf die Spiele an. Obwohl, so ein Adventure... Am Tag durch. Deponia-Marathon, alle 3 Teile und schlafen. Wäre mega. Ich habe gerade es angefangen, mal langsam erstmal, aber vielleicht eventuell. In den Semesterferien oder sowas. Gucken wir mal. Vielleicht, wer weiß. Irgendwann sitze ich dann noch so. Klick, klick. By the way, hast du gerade Semesterferien, dass du jetzt noch streamst? Nee, die Bahn streikt und deshalb komme ich morgen nicht in die Uni. Ja, 24 Stunden Stream wie Funk letztens. Ja, länger als 24 Stunden. Wie hat 31, bis wann hat der gemacht? Der hat irgendwie um 6 Uhr angefangen, am Samstag und war Montag früh um 2:30 oder so fertig. Oh Gott, das könnte ich niemals. Ich hänge dann hier irgendwann so, tot und Zombie. Ich muss schlafen. Ich liebe schlafen. Ich schlafe lang. Jetzt habe ich nicht mitbekommen, wie lange, bis zu welchem Ding er gekommen ist. Ich habe nur noch irgendwie Level Ebene 48 gesehen und dann vorbei. Aber hey, du kannst die beiden Tage auch laufen. Hm? Ja, stimmt ja, aber hey, du kannst die beiden Tage ja auch laufen. Ja, während Funk stream ich auch und dann... Der sagt auch immer, er hört auf und dann labert er noch 4 bis 5 Stunden. Ja, das kann man auch mit einrechnen. Wenn ich allerdings sage, oh, ich mache jetzt Schluss, dann mache ich auch wahrscheinlich Schluss. Man darf mich deshalb nicht fragen, wann spielst du das und das? Also, wenn ich das hier fertig habe, dann mal gucken. Vor allem, wenn es... was war das in Episode 2 oder sowas? Von wegen, ob wir heute noch Sims spielen? Ja, eventuell. Wann denn? Wenn ich das fertig habe. Keine Ahnung, kann auch nur 2 Stunden dauern. Ach ja, aber normalerweise... Boah, das ist jetzt 20 nach 2, ist schon recht spät für mich normalerweise. Vor allem in der Woche. Wir können ja mal bei mir in Adventure Capitalist reinschauen, wie viel ich jetzt erworben habe. Ist nicht viel, aber hey, wenn wir gerade noch da sind, was soll's, nicht? Ich frage mich gerade, fehlt da nicht in Episode 6?